NBC versus Fox, the NASCAR broadcast battle. Imagine a world where the thrill of NASCAR is elevated to new heights, with broadcasters vying for the top spot in the hearts of fans. This is exactly what's happening as NBC and Fox engage in a battle for loyalty and viewership. But here's where it gets interesting. NBC has just unveiled a bold plan to reaffirm its commitment to NASCAR, and it's about to change the game. Over the past decade, the NASCAR broadcast landscape has undergone a significant transformation. NBC returned to the scene in 2015, covering the final 14 races of the Cup Series season, including the playoffs and championship. This is all part of a massive 2025 to 2031 media rights deal. Meanwhile, Fox has continued to anchor the early season races, including the iconic Daytona 500, while also promoting its broader motorsports interests through its deepening ties with Roger Penske. Recently, Fox Corporation acquired a one-third equity stake in Penske Entertainment, valued between $125 million and $135 million. This move has sparked a heated discussion about where true loyalty lies, with legacy broadcasters like NBC or with the Penske empire. As the NASCAR playoffs approach, NBC has launched a contrasting initiative, introducing a fan-first branded intro and thematic coverage to prove its loyalty to the sport. Starting with a cinematic kickoff that celebrates driver grit and NASCAR heritage, this move promises fresh storytelling and brand-defining innovation. But what does this mean for the future of NASCAR broadcasting? And this is the part most people miss. The balance of power in the NASCAR broadcasting world is about to shift dramatically. NBC's bold strategy versus Fox's Penske loyalty is not just about loyalty. It's about understanding the soul of the sport. NBC has announced a high-impact race intro for its NASCAR Cup broadcasts, starting at the Iowa Corn 350. This 2-minute intro, soundtracked by Deep Purple's iconic Space Truckin, blends adrenaline-pumping race footage with staged behind-the-scenes moments featuring top drivers. This creative narrative was conceived after a discussion between NBC Sports VP Jeff Benke and analyst Jeff Burton, centered on showcasing the physical toughness and authenticity of Cup drivers across all types of tracks. The intro will be updated throughout the season, incorporating key moments like Bubba Wallace's Brickyard 400 victory, ensuring the theme stays fresh and tied to real race drama. Beyond the look and feel, NBC's decision carries significant weight, especially with TV rights up in the air post-2024. This is a public statement. NBC is not stepping back, it's doubling down. As both networks enter the final year of their current media deals, NASCAR faces a broadcast crossroads. Fox may continue highlighting legacy stories and Penske's vision, while NBC is carving out a new identity, one rooted in loyalty, culture, and fan experience. But here's the question. What does the future of NASCAR broadcasting hold? Will NBC's bold move pay off, or will Fox's Penske loyalty prove to be the winning strategy? The answer lies in the heart of the sport, and it's up to the fans to decide. So we ask you, where do you stand on the NBC versus Fox debate? Do you think NBC's loyalty to NASCAR will pay off, or will Fox's ties to the Penske empire prove to be the key to success? Let us know in the comments. As NASCAR returns to Iowa Speedway this weekend, NBC Sports will air the Iowa Corn 350 on Sunday, August 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on USA Network. This will mark their 200th Cup Series broadcast since rejoining the sport in 2015. With playoff implications tightening and a short track layout that rewards grit over reputation, Iowa is shaping up to be a weekend of hard racing and harder consequences. The repave has drawn mixed reactions from drivers, with some praising the added grip and others wary of tire fall-off and handling surprises. As the battle for loyalty and viewership heats up, one thing is certain. The future of NASCAR broadcasting has never been more exciting. So, buckle up and get ready for the ride of a lifetime. NBC's new NASCAR Intro 2025 Space Truckin' Driver Grit Iowa Corn 350 Preview. Get ready to rev your engines and rethink everything you know about NASCAR drivers. Because this season, NBC is shifting gears in a big way. It's not just about speed anymore. It's about the grit, the quirks, and the sheer toughness of the drivers behind the wheel. And this is the part most people miss. These athletes aren't just racing. They're enduring physical and mental challenges that would leave most of us in the dust. But here's where it gets controversial. Is NASCAR truly giving these drivers the credit they deserve for their athleticism? Or is it still seen as just a high-speed spectacle? Let's dive in. This weekend, NBC Sports kicks off its 2025 NASCAR coverage at the SOLD-OUT Iowa Speedway, marking the beginning of its slimmed-down portion of the 10-month racing season. While USA Network waves the green flag for NBC's premier race, the Iowa Corn 350. This is actually the 6th race produced by NBC's NASCAR team this year. Why? Because Amazon Prime Video hired NBC to handle its 5 Cup Series broadcasts this summer, showcasing the network's behind-the-scenes prowess. With NASCAR now raking in $1.1 billion annually from media partners like Fox Sports, Amazon, the CW, and Warner Bros. Discovery. The sport is more than just a race. It's a media powerhouse. But what's really turning heads this season is NBC's bold new theme, celebrating the toughness and quirks of NASCAR drivers. The 2-minute intro video set to Deep Purple's Space Truckin' is a high-octane mix of heart-stopping race moments, flips, crashes, and all, paired with candid, creative scenes of drivers hanging out at a bar, shooting pool, and working on street cars. It's a side of these competitors you rarely see, blending raw athleticism with everyday humanity. Drivers like Richard Petty, Joey Logano, and Bubba Wallace take center stage, reminding us that these aren't just racers. They're personalities with stories worth telling. And this is the part most people miss, the physical toll of racing. NBC Sports VP of NASCAR Jeff Benke explains that the idea came from analyst Jeff Burton, who pointed out the incredible physical shape drivers must be in to handle the G-forces, heat, and precision required during a race. It's not just about going 200 miles per hour, Benke says. It's about the nitty-gritty, the strength to turn those wheels, the endurance to overcome the heat, and the mental focus to stay sharp. This theme will be woven throughout NBC's coverage, culminating in the playoffs and championship run. Speaking of milestones, this weekend marks NBC Sports' 200th NASCAR race broadcast since returning to the sport in 2015. Bubba Wallace's historic win at the Brickyard 400 last weekend, his first in 100 races, has already been immortalized in the intro video, with scenes of him kissing the bricks. Benke promises the video will be updated throughout the season, keeping it fresh and relevant. NBC isn't stopping there. The network has revamped its Peacock pit box, adding LED lights and screens to showcase everything from advertiser logos to track layouts. Plus, a new patio area will host demonstrations, giving fans a closer look at the action. And in a move that sparked debate last year, NBC will continue its commercial-free broadcasts during live action at Daytona and Talladega, prioritizing the race over ads. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this approach sustainable, or will it alienate advertisers in the long run? Let us know what you think in the comments. As the green flag drops on NBC's 2025 NASCAR coverage, one thing is clear. This season is about more than just racing. It's about redefining what it means to be a driver. So buckle up and join the conversation. Are NASCAR drivers the unsung athletes of the sports world? Or is their toughness still overlooked? The debate starts now. How to watch the rest of the 2025 NASCAR Cup season on NBC. Your complete guide to watching the remainder of the 2025 NASCAR Cup season on NBC. The 2025 NASCAR season marks a historic shift in broadcasting as the sport enters the first year of its massive $7.7 billion television agreement spanning 7 years. This groundbreaking deal divides NASCAR Cup coverage between 4 major networks: Fox Sports, NBC Sports, Prime Video, and Warner Brothers Discovery. With TNT Sports and In-Season Challenge featuring an alternate broadcast on True TV now concluded, NASCAR coverage transitions to NBC for the final 4 races of the regular season, followed by the 10 high-stakes playoff races that will determine this year's champion. Behind the microphone, veteran broadcaster Lee Diffie returns as the primary play-by-play announcer. He'll be joined in the commentary booth by Jeff Burton, who brings the experience of 21 Cup Series victories, and Steve Letarte, a crew chief who guided his team to Daytona 500 glory. Down in the pits, Dave Burns and Kim Kuhn will deliver real-time updates and driver interviews throughout each race. Interestingly enough, most remaining races won't actually appear on NBC's flagship channel. USA Network will broadcast the majority of upcoming events, including races at Iowa, Watkins Glen, Richmond, Darlington, Gateway, Bristol, Loudon, Kansas, Charlotte Roval, and Las Vegas. But here's where it gets particularly noteworthy. NBC's main channel is being reserved for only the most critical moments of the season. This includes the regular season finale at Daytona, where the 16-driver playoff field becomes official, plus the final 2 races of the round of 8 at Talladega and Martinsville, and the championship-deciding race at Phoenix. And while the final 3 races of the season will be simultaneously streamed on Peacock, the Daytona race will not be available on the streaming platform. For tech-savvy fans seeking additional viewing options, HBO Max will continue providing in-car camera feeds each race weekend, while practice sessions and qualifying remain exclusively on True TV. And this is the part many viewers might overlook. Understanding exactly where to find each race is crucial for not missing any action during the most intense portion of the NASCAR season. Here's the complete broadcast schedule for the remainder of the 2025 NASCAR Cup season. Date, track, race broadcast, and practice qualifying. August 3rd, Iowa Speedway, USA Network, Max True TV. August 10th, Watkins Glen International, USA Network, Max True TV. August 16th, Richmond Raceway, USA Network, Max True TV. August 23rd, Daytona International Speedway, NBC, Max True TV. Playoffs begin August 31st, round of 16. Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway, USA Network, Max True TV. September 7th, round of 16. WWT Raceway Gateway, USA Network, Max True TV. September 13th, round of 16. Bristol Motor Speedway, USA Network, Max True TV. September 21st, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, USA Network, Max True TV. September 28th, round of 12, Kansas Speedway, USA Network, Max True TV. October 5th, round of 12, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Roval. USA Network, Max True TV. October 12th, round of 8, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, USA Network, Max True TV. October 19th, round of 8, Talladega Superspeedway, NBC, period. Does splitting coverage across multiple networks enhance the viewing experience or make it more complicated to follow the season? And with streaming options becoming more prevalent, are traditional broadcast channels still your preferred way to watch NASCAR? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Be the first to know and subscribe for real-time news email updates on these topics.